Hello and welcome to chapter 20 of our study of 2nd Samuel. There's only 4 more chapters to go, which I realised. That's exciting. So we are coming up to the end of the book shortly. So let's tuck in. Okay. And there happened to be there a man of Belial whose name was Sheba, the son of Bichri, a Benjamite. And he blew a trumpet and said, "We have no part in David, neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse, every man to his tents, O Israel." So every man of Israel went up after David and followed Sheba the son of Bichri. But the men of Judah clave unto their king from Jordan even to Jerusalem. And David came to his house at Jerusalem. And the king took the 10 women, his concubines, whom he had left to keep the house, and put them in ward, and fed them, but went not in unto them. So they were shut up unto the day of their death, living in widowhood. So we ended up in chapter 19 with a divide between Judah and northern Israel who had teamed up with Absalom. So they needed a new leader to, kick off the rebellion. And we have Sheba, who was a very wicked man, and he called Israel to war against Judah. So Sheba, new leader, called war against Judah. And what David did was, after he got back to Jerusalem, he reclaimed his harem, whom Absalom had publicly humiliated, his father, and those poor women lived as well as they could. They were fed, but they were just left living as widows for the rest of their lives. Then the king said to Amasa, "Assemble me the men of Judah within 3 days, and be thou here present." So Amasa went to assemble the men of Judah, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had appointed him. And David said to Abishai, "Now shall Sheba the son of Bichri do us more harm than did Absalom. Take thou thy lord's servants, and pursue after him, lest he get him fenced cities and escape us." And there went out after him Joab's men, and the Cherethites, and the Pelethites, and all the mighty men, and they went out of Jerusalem to pursue after Sheba the son of Bichri. So David then went straight into dealing with Sheba and the revolution. And he ordered Amasa, which is Joab's replacement, to get the troops together and meet David 3 days later. But for some reason, he didn't make it by 3 days, which is peculiar. So David went to Joab's brother, Abishai. We know about Abishai, how he just wants to kill everyone. And he ordered him to pursue Sheba. So he tarried longer, so he missed the deadline. So he went to Abishai. Wanted to kill Shimei many times before. So, okay. So then hot pursuit now. And when they were at the great stone which is in Gibeon, Amasa went before them, and Joab's garment that he had put on was girded unto him, and upon it a girdle with a sword fastened upon his loins, in the sheath thereof, as he went forth it fell out. And Joab said to Amasa, "Art thou in health, my brother?" And Joab took Amasa by the beard with the right hand to kiss him. But Amasa took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand. So he smote him therewith in the 5th rib, and shed out his bowels to the ground, and struck him not again, and he died. So Joab and Abishai his brother pursued after Sheba the son of Bichri. And one of Joab's men stood by him, and said, "He that favoureth Joab, and he that is for David, let him go after Joab." And Amasa wallowed in blood in the midst of the highway. Oh no! And when the man saw that all the people stood still, he removed Amasa out of the highway into the field, and cast a cloth upon him, when he saw that everyone that came by him stood still. When he was removed out of the highway, all the people went on after Joab to pursue after Sheba, the son of Bichri. Oh wow. Okay, so Abishai met Amasa at Gibeon, and Joab was there. So Amasa obviously was the one who was meant to be leading the army, but he was late for some reason. So Abishai met up with them. Joab was already there. Joab pretended to be kind and said, like, "Are you alright, brother?" Yeah, and he took his beard and went to kiss him. Of brotherly kindness, that kind of kiss. But instead, he butchered him and killed him, and then went on after Sheba as if nothing had happened. Like, wow, Joab, I knew he was evil. Like, ugh. Joab betrayed Amasa and went in to kill him. Went in to kiss him, but killed him instead. I mean, we've heard that before, where, you know, there's a kiss that turns into a betrayal, right? Judah, with Judas and Jesus, how he kissed him and said this is the one, and that led to his betrayal. It's very, very interesting. Joab. But, you know, at least Judah's troops were concerned for Amasa, because the army had to actually move him out of the way because everyone was stopping and staring. But my goodness, at least troops of Judah had regard for Amasa. They needed to cover the body up because everyone was just in shock. Well, he was their commander. Joab, you know, got issues. Okay. And he went through all the tribes of Israel unto Abel and to Beth Makkah and all the Berites, and they were gathered together and went also after him. And they came and besieged him in Abel of Beth Makkah, and they cast up a bank against the city, and it stood in the trench, and all the people that were with Joab battered the wall to throw it down. Then cried a wise man out of the city, Hear, hear, say, I pray to you unto Joab, Come near hither, that I may speak with thee. And when he was come near unto her, the woman said, Art thou Joab? And he answered, I am he. Then she said unto him, Hear the words of thine handmaid. And he answered, I do hear. Then she spake, saying, They were wont to speak in old times, saying, They shall surely ask counsel at Abel, and so they ended the matter. I am one of them that are peaceable and faithful in Israel. Thou seekest to destroy a city and a mother in Israel. Why wilt thou swallow up the inheritance of the Lord? And Joab answered and said, Far be it from me that I should swallow up or destroy. The matter is not so, but a man of Mount Ephraim, Sheba, the son of Bichri by name, hath lifted up his hand against the king, even against David. Deliver him only, and I will depart from the city. And the woman said unto Joab, Behold, his head shall be thrown to thee over the wall. And the woman went unto all the people in her wisdom, and they cut off the head of Sheba the son of Bichri, and cast it out to Joab. And he blew a trumpet, and they retired from the city, every man to his tent. And Joab returned to Jerusalem unto the king. So Joab has now put himself back in his old job as army commander, and he pursued Sheba, and they had built like a siege ramp on the outer wall of the city, and they started battering the wall to make it fall down. A wise woman called out. She was saying, like, what are you doing? This is Jerusalem. This is the prominent city of Israel. What are you doing trying to destroy it? And then he explained what was going on, and then they agreed, and they killed Sheba and threw his head over the wall. So the fact that they were happy to betray Sheba like that kind of gives an indication that not everyone in Israel really wanted another rebellion. Giving up Sheba shows not everyone in Israel wanted another rebellion. Okay, now Joab was over all the host of Israel, and Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was over the Cherethites and over the Pelethites, and Adoram was over the tributes, and Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahilud, was recorder, and Sheba was scribe, and Zadok and Abiathar were the priests, and Era, also the Jarite, was a chief ruler about David. So even though Joab had murdered Amasa, he still commanded the whole army of Israel. I mean, look at that. Joab was the host of Israel. Even though he killed Amasa. I mean, imagine if everyone did that and they wanted to get promoted, killed the person in position. It just doesn't work that way. What is up? Hello. Got my little boy here wanting... Okay, you can see him. Hello. Come to join us. Okay. Good job of reaching into the book. Okay, so let's see. I'm just checking my notes here. So the commentary here says maybe he allowed that because given all the rebellion and the killing the last few days, perhaps David decided that enough was enough. Yeah, and maybe kept Joab in his position. But it might not end well for him. Do you want to go? Go on then. Yes, okay. Even though he killed David, perhaps David just wanted peace by this point. Oh, I can't see, got a tail in my face. Okay. Okay, alright, I think that's it. Sorry about the disruption there, I hope that still made sense. It's not too much of a long one today. Yeah, so David probably at this point was just like, you know what, we won, let's just leave it at that. But I am sure, we know our God, I am sure he will get his comeuppance. Joab, you know, that all this sin he's done is not going to go unpunished, unfortunately. Fortunately, but also unfortunately, you know what I mean. I mean, it's fortunate it won't go unpunished, but it's unfortunate of what his fate will probably end up being. Anywho, alright, so we've got 3 more chapters left. Can't wait to see how it ends. Oh, okay, right, so join me tomorrow for chapter 21. And as always, please leave any questions or comments you've got. So if you think I've missed anything, please do let me know. And I will speak to you tomorrow.